Hey guys, sorry I am running behind. I know that you guys are probably already waiting, and I actually was trying to like hurry up or look awake, try to move around and do some things, excuse me, just to make sure that I come on and talk to you guys. I know I'm way late, and to be honest, guys, I try as best as possible to stick to my schedules, to stick to what I told you guys, like the time frame that I'm going to be on. But one of the things that I encourage you to do is to turn on your notification alerts so that you'll know when I'm on. And that way, if something happens, if I have to change my schedule because of, a customer or a phone call, or God forbid, I fall asleep or something crazy, when I do come on, that you guys do know. Anyways, guys, happy Friday, everyone. Welcome. Please give this video a thumbs up. And as always, if you're a part of the family, I definitely appreciate you. Welcome back. And if you're new to the channel, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and, join the family. Let's get to it. So, guys, tonight is Friday night. And though I had like calls today, not a lot compared to a regular Friday. A lot of questions. Hey, everybody, I see my chat box lighting up. Hey, Blue Waters, Empress, Norma, Carmela, Steve. Steve, by the way, I hope you found the information I put for the governor's reference manual. I hope you found it. Guys, don't forget when you come in, just go ahead and give the video a thumbs up so that other people, it'll pop up on their feed so they can come in and join. Steve says, no. Oh, no, Steve, we have to fix that right now. It's actually on my desktop. So tell you what, I'm going to copy it right now, and then I'm going to post it in the chat box. So give me one sec. I'll post it for you now so that you know. These are some of the things I keep right in front of me. So yeah, I will have that. So I'm going to put it right now so that you'll have it. Hey, Fun Star, Misha. Let's see. All right, Steve, check the chat box. Now, Steve, I know this looks a little long, but remember that this is a link. Actually, it doesn't look that long. I don't know. It looked long when I copied it. But anyways, guys, welcome Friday. So I'm going to get in some good stuff. I'm going to give you guys total and complete tea on what I bring in my notary bag. Some of the things that I think you need to have, all types of stuff. So you guys get ready. Let's see. Carmel says, I guess I missed the 10:15 deadline. The IRS has to mail my C-147 letter. Mail you the letter? Why do they have to mail it to you? They don't do it like, well, let me not. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, but you might get it soon, because if it's something that's automated, normally those letters generate and they go out almost immediately. So if it's something that is automated, then you'll probably get it before the deadline. But the 15th is not until next Thursday, so you have almost a whole week. Carmela, for the hey Miranda, hey Tanya, you have almost a whole week before that whole deadline thing. And remember, guys, the deadline is just for the free version. Like, the deadline is just to self-certify for free. All right. You guys see my chair? I put a ugly pillowcase that I don't like on my chair so that when it moves and it rubs against the wall, it doesn't mess up my wall. So anyways, guys, welcome. It's Friday. I'm going to share some stuff with you guys. The things I'm going to share. Hey, I'm just gonna say Tootie. Hey, Tootie, new subby. Okay, awesome. I'm happy. I love to see the new subscribers. You self-certify for free. Self-certification is free. When you use the sorry guys, for those of you who are not, like, well, what are they talking about self-certification? So we're talking about the last live that I did, which was the beginning of this week. I was talking to everybody about getting certified as a women-owned small business with the SBA, so you can compete for government contracts and things like that. Again, guys, welcome to the live, and I appreciate you guys so much. Please hit that thumbs up button. If you're new, hit the subscribe button. But let me repeat this thing about the deadline. All right. So the SBA has this process for women-owned small business, or WOSB. That is called self-certification, which means you basically go in and provide all the information. You register on SAM, and then you go to the certify.sba.gov. I did a previous live on that. And then you complete the process. You go back to SAM, and then you make sure that on your SAM profile, it says that you're certified as a women-owned small business. The self-certification process is going to expire, or they're going to stop it as of October 15, 2020. That is the only way to do it for free. If you still want to certify as WOSB, which is women-owned small business, then you will have to use what is called a TPC, or third-party certifier. I have done a little bit of research on it, and yes, you do have to pay the third-party certifier, but that doesn't mean that if you don't self-certify that you can't become a certified WOSB. It just means that you'll have to pay. But me, especially for people who are just starting out, if you don't want to, be investing too much money, I recommend that you try the free options first. I mean, it's the only way to go. All right. So that's basically what that is. So if you feel like it's too much, if you log in and you're like, oh my God, this is too much information, it's asking me too much on SAM, I don't know what to do, go ahead and use a TPC if you can afford to. It's worth it to get certified as women-owned small business, so that you have that opportunity. If there is a contract, a federal contract that is available, like I say, women-owned small businesses can get contracts for up to $4 million. That is the max ceiling. So if you get a contract with the government for $4 million, well, of course, it's not going to be I'm not going to say it's not going to be $4 million for, excuse me, a year. It could be $1 for a period of time, but the maximum contract would be $4 million. But it's just something that I, brought to you guys' attention, because a lot of people are not aware of it. A lot of people don't understand it. They don't know what it means. It also gives you benefits as far as like a little bit of an advantage if there's any grant opportunities. I also have a video about free money or grants. I forgot what the title of the video is. If you go back and look at that, being certified WOSB gives you a little bit of an edge over, other people that may apply for these grants. So that's one of the benefits of being certified as WOSB. There are some other ones that I'm going to go over, like for minority-owned business, where it's not really based on, being male or female, and that would be the best. All right. Excuse me. Miranda says, schedule a phone call with me. You guys can send me an email. There is options on, I'll put it in actually, let me go ahead and put it now. You guys can send me an email, and just keep in mind that I get tons of emails every day. So just be sure that when you send your email, I just put the email down in the chat box. So if you send an email to me, make sure you put in the header schedule or phone call schedule or something like that. Put something in the subject line that will stand out to me to let me know that you're just wanting to schedule something, because I have emails coming from all over the place. All right. So anyways, guys, again, if you're just now tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to have you. And I'm back tonight to share with you guys some of my little tips and tricks that I use as a veteran notary. As I don't know if I mentioned it to you guys before, this is my second term as a notary in Florida. You're granted 4 years for each term. And this is my second term, which means I'm moving into, like, I've already done my first 4 years, going into, well, I'm now into my second term. It's kind of like presidency, isn't it? Well, you know what? Let me not get into politics, because, honey, so much. But this is my second round, my second 4-year term as a notary. All right. And this time I added a little bit more. I became a remote notary as well. So yes. So anyways, right next to me over here, I have some things that I use on a daily basis. These are what gets me through the day. A lot of people, the title of this video is the top 5 things that a notary must have. But after going through my notary bag and trying to find the things that I have in my bag, I'm like, I have more than 5 things. So I just took out the things that a beginner, a new notary should have. Keep in mind that if you are a new notary and you got your notary stamp, that is all you need to go to work. You don't need the certificate unless you're going to apply, for example, for loan signings with title companies, or if you're going to do your remote notary application, most of the times they require a copy of your certificate. But with me, when you first apply, the first thing that they normally give you, you'll get it in the mail before you even know that you're a notary. I don't know about anyone else, but here in Florida, the first thing that I got was this handy dandy stamp. Another thing is that your stamp, it changes when you renew your notary commission. So for example, I had like extras. Well, normally, let me show you guys a trick, right? So I have a self-inking stamp, which looks like this, right? Hope you guys can see it. I have a self-inking stamp. And then while I have my self-inking stamp, sometimes you will notice that your stamp is weak and faded after you've been stamping all over the place. And you're like, oh my God, I got to order another stamp. No. And I hope I don't break mine by trying to show you guys. But no, you don't have to order a new stamp. The stamp has this little thing. If you notice, there's like a little ridge on the side here somewhere that I don't want to show you guys my fingers because no, I'm not going to nail salons because there's COVID. But anyways, here, there's a little ridge. If you pull on it, if you just hold the two little ridges on the side and just pull, the little ink film comes out. You can order these on Amazon for little to nothing. Instead of getting a whole new stamp, keep your stamp and then just get a replacement of this thing right here. It's a cartridge. I'm sure that's probably the name for it on Amazon. So don't go ahead and get a whole new stamp. Because here's the other thing about getting notary stamps. When you get a notary stamp, excuse me, and I see questions in the chat box. I'm going to jump to them in just a sec. When you get a notary stamp, when you order it, sometimes the design, the seal, the way your information is printed is different. It varies from, depending on where you got your stamp from. The only thing about the state of Florida is most notary stamps will have the Florida seal on it. I like my notary stamp the way it is, so I don't want to change anything. I like the size of it. It's pretty easy to, I stamped myself. But anyhow, it's pretty easy to kind of, and it's stamped without this. Anyhow, it's not messy. This right here is pretty easy to maneuver, and I can, it's just really good. I like it. I don't want to change it, and then next thing you know, I get a stamp, order it from Amazon or whoever. Sorry, let me try to get this ink off my hand. Order it from someone else, and then next thing you know, the information that is on there is all messed up. So I would rather keep my current stamp and then go from there. Again, guys, if you're just not tuning in, welcome, welcome, welcome. Please hit that like button as soon as you come in so that we can keep this feed hot and spicy. Anyways, guys, so yeah, when you get your notary stamp, you can order as much stamp as you like, but to me, you only need two. And this is why I say you need two. You need a backup and you need a main stamp. Me, when I'm mobile, this stamp stays in my car. There's one in my desk in the office. That's basically it. There is no need to have 15, 20 stamps. Matter of fact, if I could, I would keep one stamp. It's just that it's very inconvenient because sometimes you might go out to do a notary job. You have a mobile notary, and so your notary bag is in your car, and then you go inside the office and you're like, oh my God, I gotta go to my car to get the notary stamp. So I recommend you have two. So let me slide my little thing back in here. So again, it's a little thing in the back, and I'm not a tutorial type of individual, so I might mess up. But if you squeeze down on it a little, it'll give you room to move this thing. And it's not hard to take out, so you don't have to like force it to come out. I think I'm putting it backwards. Okay. So yeah, it's like that. You guys can see that? I hope you guys can see that. All right, so I'm gonna scoot this back in here. Oop, scoot it back. All right, and that's it. So number one thing you must have is a notary stamp. Someone asked, and I see some other questions. Someone asked, and I know this is easy for me to answer. Someone asked, what is the price range of a notary stamp? They can range anywhere between $16 to $30, depending on the kind. This particular one is called a self-inking stamp. It has a lock on the back right here. So if I push this, no matter how many times I hit this, it's not going to stamp. Okay. Another thing about it is when you unlock it, is it makes it, easier. It's just lock and unlock, but it keeps you from, accidentally stamping stuff in case you have it in a tight space. But yes, number one thing you must have as a notary is a notary stamp. I do recommend a self-inking stamp. The reason for that is you don't have to worry about it spilling. You don't have to worry about it smudging. You don't have to worry about carrying two pieces, because the old school stamp is a rubber stamp that you would put on an ink pad. You would stamp it on the ink pad, then put it on the paper. However, sometimes my experience with those is if you are not if you're heavy on your hands, you're like, you might end up getting too much ink. And when you put your seal down or your stamp down, you'll notice that it will smudge. It will smudge, and then most of the times you have to go back and do a second stamp. It just doesn't look professional. So self-inking all the way is what I recommend. Oh, this stamp is something. It's still in my hand. Anyways, guys, so once you have your stamp, your lock doesn't work, Steve. Sometimes you have to really push it. Like mine, you have to push it. Like you have to really push it, because sometimes it'll look like it's locked and it's not locked. So oh, Jesus, I almost broke mine. Okay, so Steve, I tried to prove a point. I almost broke mine, so I'm not going to prove a point anymore. So I'm just going to leave that. But it does lock it. just be aware of the fact that sometimes it might be, might be a little off or whatever. All right, so the first thing you need is the stamp. As I mentioned, once you have your stamp, you're ready to go. The second most important thing that every single notary needs is one of these here. Notary Journal. You need a notary journal. Now, most states, they'll tell you a notary journal is recommended. A notary journal is not required. There's some states that'll tell you it is required. Also, there are some states that do print. This is a fairly new one, so I still actually have some clients in here, so I'm not gonna open it to a client. Welcome, guys. If you are new to the channel, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you're coming back, or if you're new, please hit the like button to keep this video hot and spicy and keep it trending. All right, guys. So Notary Journal, this one. The reason I like this, I've been using this for for as long as I can remember. Really, honestly, I have another Notary Journal that I bought from Office Max, I think it was. And it's one of those that open up very wide, and it's like a logbook. And it's so difficult for customers when you have a witness and a primary to sign. So my favorite notary journal is this right here. It costs about $7 on Amazon, and it has I think 300 or 250. Let's see. It has 250 entries. It's a notary journal. I'll put the link down below. I'm not affiliated with any of these people. They're going to have to start paying me. But anyways, this one here is what I recommend. Notary Journal, large print. You guys probably can't see it, but that is the one I recommend because it gives you tons of room to write. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'm going to try to block the light. It gives you room. The signer has enough space, and you can check off what kind of ID, when their ID expire. There's a place for the witness. You can check off what kind of service it was, if it was an oath, an affirmation, acknowledgement, other. You can put your fee, your travel fee, and your notary fee. By the way, guys, be sure that you separate your travel fee from your notary fee. Do not put both as one fee. You need to separate the two. All right. So, and it also has a thumbprint box over here if you're in one of those states that require a thumbprint. So this is my recommended. I've been using it. I have about 7 of these that are locked up. And the reason for that is we have to store them. I forgot how many years you have to keep them for. But over my term as a notary, I have used up 7 of these. This is I actually have used up about 8, and this is my 9th one. All right. So these are what you use. Loan signing agents. This is not going to be your best friend. I'm telling you right now. This is good for notary because you can put just 1 or 2 documents in the document type area, but this is not what I use for loan signings, because this, you will be filling out, I don't know. But anyways, I've been a notary for 4 years, so if that is the reason I've gone through 7 or 8 of these. That's 7 or 8 times 250. That's how many notaries I've done in the past 4 years. All right, so loan signing agents. Another thing that's over here. It's like I have show and tell today. It's kind of fun. Loan signing agents. This is the place to be. This is what you want to be using. It's called a time saver notary journal for notary signing agents. And this is awesome. Okay, I'm saying that with an extra accent because it is awesome. Why is it awesome, Shika? The reason is because it gives you a lot of space, and it already have most of the loan signing documents already pre-printed on there, and all you have to do, I don't know if you guys can see that. I'm trying to see all these things over here. All you have to do is to check which one it is that you notarize. And also what you do is you put whether or not you have 1 signer, 2 signer, 3, it actually takes up to 4 signers and their ID. So whether it's a witness or the primary signer, this is my favorite right now for loan signing. Okay, this right here, and I'm showing you guys the back because more than likely in the front I have entries. So I discovered another one on Amazon. I ordered it, but to be quite honest, it was a little limited, and I like to keep my stuff. I don't understand like that. All right. So I had another one. I was trying to figure out a way to not be mean, but just to say that the other one wasn't working for me. So I will just say the other one was not working for me. Okay. So this here is what I recommend. This one is what you do. What if you're a loan signing agent, you do know that you're going to be signing the mortgage, a deed of trust, the owner affidavit, the survey affidavit, errors and omissions agreement, compliance agreement, warranty deed, guarantee deed. It just has so many options in here. And so if you have to do all these people's, if you have to have multiple signers, you have room for 4 people to sign. And this only cost me, I want to say like $13 or $14 on Amazon, but signing agents, this is going to save you a lot of time. Instead of going and filling out a notary journal page for all the documents, because you can't, properly document what you notarize, this has the documents there, and all you have to do is just check the box. What did you do? An acknowledgement or a jurat and what document did you complete? And if for some reason, I don't know why I keep going to people's stuff, but anyways, if for some reason you miss out, and see here, there's nothing here. So if then you get a document and it's not, on the list of God knows how many I forgot on here, then you can just write what the document is. But the bottom line is you'll only be using up 1 spot in your journal versus going to your notary journal and having to use up all that room, or not, you don't have enough room to put each document that you notarize. So my third thing, well, I won't even say it's a third thing because they need to go together. So notaries, you must have this. This is my recommended journal. There are other ones out there, fancy ones too. They have little designs, whatever, but this is my go-to. I love it. I don't, this is what I have. I have tons of them. Like I said, I have about 8 in my office. I think this is 9. All right. And when you order notary journals, you want to order 2 if you're a mobile notary and you have an office as well. The reason is because you want to have a stamp and a journal in your car and a stamp and a journal in your office. That way you don't have to keep, moving back and forth with them. All right. And I'm going to take questions in the chat box. Absolutely. I'm going to address all that stuff. So you guys keep dropping them. I'm just saving it for last so that I don't forget to tell you guys anything. All right. So signing agents, you must have this and you must have this. So that is the must have. Number 2 is journals. All right. So first one was your stamp. Second one is your journal. All right. So the other thing that you guys need is fairly cheap and easy and simple. You can literally go to Dollar Tree and get one. One of these things, a clipboard. The reason is if you're a mobile notary, you will find yourself doing some signings in some places where there's not a desk or table or whatever the case may be. So I normally have a clipboard with me. Most of the times I don't really need the clipboard because I'm a person that this notary journal is so thick. So sometimes I can just hold it and write stuff and it's firm enough for me to write. So I give the client the clipboard and just have them use that to put their documents on. You will notice that sometimes clients will give you paperwork and sometimes they're trying to sign on their car, the hood of their car, the park bench, or whatever. No, you want to put it on here because more than likely, whatever they're getting notarized, they're going to use it somewhere where it's, a professional setting. You don't want holes and stains on your paper. Well, it was like that when they brought it. Oh, well, I'm just saying. But anyways, guys, again, welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining in. If you are new, please hit the subscribe button. And if you are coming back, one of our family members, welcome back. Be sure to hit that thumbs up. All right, so before I even get into that, let me tell you guys, this should have been number one, but I'm going to tell you guys, you need tons of pens. You need tons of pens because your clients will pretend that they don't remember that it's your pen and they will literally just walk off with your pen. And because you're just excited about getting paid and you're trying to move on to the next, you're not worried about a pen. So anyways, so you need tons of pens and you need to have different types, different colors. You need to have black pen, at least one or two red. The red pen I normally do not use except for when I'm writing copies. Like if I do a loan signing, well, I even stopped using the pen. I ordered a stamp that said copy. Intriguing. Okay, so scratch all of that about the red pen. You can buy a stamp from Amazon for cheap for about $5 or $6 if you have Prime. That's just a stamp that says copy. And that way, when you go to give your loan packets, you'll just stamp on the copy packet on the cover of it, of course, not on all the pages. You stamp on the cover of the document that is a copy. That way, when you go to the signing, you have two identical copies. One will clearly say copy, so you won't get confused, and the client won't come and put the copy back into the original pile. That will confuse you, delay you, and you will be stressed. But anyways, sorry, I must have had a flashback. So it is so good for you to have the copy stamp. That way you can say, okay, stamp this on the cover sheet, clamp it together, put it aside so that it doesn't get confused. Blue and black pen is what you need. Most loan signings, they are done in black. There are some companies that will require blue. So you definitely, also with the state of Florida, like here, well, not, I don't know if it's a state thing, but here in Duval County, when you're filling out the marriage certificate, you actually have to use black pen. You cannot use blue. Okay, so I make sure I have black and blue. Some customers will actually ask you for blue. They want blue. So make sure you have black and blue. Go to the Dollar Tree, get some nice ones. Dollar Tree has some really good pens. I don't recommend those jelly. I don't have one right now. I just looked up. I thought that one was one of them. Those jelly type things, because what happens is they soak through the document, and that is not a good look. It's not a good look. Sometimes it'll soak through, and then it'll make the paper like not too good. Just don't use the gel pens, all right? I don't know if it's a gel. I want to say it's a gel. I think it is a gel pen. If you're going to Dollar Tree, stick to just a regular ballpoint, sharp or medium or whatever. Do not get those, fancy ones that are supposed to be better. No. All right. If you want to get gel pens, go to Walmart or Walgreens or Office Depot, one of those places, and get some really good ones. Now, I do have elderly clients, sorry, probably couples too, I don't know. But anyways, I do have elderly clients that do sign and they don't put a lot of pressure on the pens. So what I do is I do get gel pens for them sometimes, but I get good ones so that, they don't have to put too much pressure because they're elderly. Sometimes they're kind of weak with their hands and stuff. So I do that just to make sure that, they can sign and it will look legible, All right. So pens, you definitely need to have some pens. Blue and black, I recommend having anywhere between 20 to, I would say, even 50 pens. Like right now, I have a lot of pens. I even have pens in my trunk that I need to put in my office because of COVID. I've been sanitizing pens, so I rotate between pens over there in the corner, soaking in Lysol, pens in the pen holder that are clean, and then some in my desk just in the event, I run out. All right? All right. Next thing I'm going to tell you guys that you do need is a plain old simple receipt book. These are at Dollar Tree. They cost $1, literally. And you can do up to, I don't know, because I don't use this a lot anymore, but just starting out, yeah, it's 40. 40. Is that big and red? Like, chica. But anyways, guys, so You need to get one of these from the Dollar Tree for a receipt. Now, one important tip about receipts, remember you're differentiating what you charged for the notary act versus what you charge for travel or whatever else. All right. So make sure for the notary act, you put notary acts or notary fee or just plain old notary and what that number was. And then whatever else you charge for, you put that, next to it or plus. I normally put that plus whatever and then put the total on a receipt. This is an old school receipt book, so it does have, but it works for me and it gives you a carbon copy. So you can just fill the information in and then just give that copy to the client. It does have this little flap thing to keep it from, seeping over to the other pages. So these are at Dollar Tree. You can get them. I normally buy like 3 or 4 of these every month when I go to the Dollar Tree. I have been using a lot of electronic payments due to COVID right now. So this is not being used too much, but I do have it in the event I do have to use it. All right. So that is another thing. Hope you guys are writing all this stuff down. And one other very important thing you need to have with you is your handy dandy lovely business card. You need to have a business card. Depending on how comfortable you are, I would say preferably with your face on it so they can put a face to the name. If you're just wanting to go on behalf of your company, like on mine on the back, it has the company information. I can't get this thing to focus. Okay, it's not going to focus. But anyways, on the back, it has the company information. And then on the other side, it has my information. You can get business cards off Vistaprint or Staples for very, very cheap. There's other sites that you can go to. You can design them on your own. But they're like, I got these from Staples last minute because I was out of cards. And actually, no, I had some cards and I moved from one office to the other and I wasn't able to update the information. Sorry, guys, phones are still ringing, but my partner will get it. So the business cards is definitely a must. Now, whenever you go out for any loan signing or any notary job, period, you need to drop one of these with your client. It might sound like chica, but they didn't even want it. They was trying to they don't even live here. Don't matter. Give it to them. You need to make sure that you have business cards. You have some nice professional ones. Some important information that needs to be on there is your hours, your phone number, your email, your name. All right. If you have a location, make sure you put your address. You can look up different samples of how to do this. All right. I'm giving you guys all total. I'm telling you, you guys are getting exclusive access to all my stuff right now. So anyways, my Florida notaries, there's something that we do here in Florida that is called Vin Number Verification. I don't have it. I thought I had it, but I don't. But anyway, there is a form that we use to verify VIN numbers on vehicles here in the state of Florida, and notaries can verify VIN numbers in the state of Florida. So if you live in an area where there is a lot of, people selling or buying cars, a lot of car lots and stuff like that, please definitely join the boot camp because I'm going to tell you how I get the business from these places and what I do. But you can verify VIN numbers in the state of Florida. Now, I'm not sure about any other state that does it, but if you're a Florida notary, you can verify VIN numbers on cars. The form is very simple, very easy to fill out. You can charge about $20 for VIN number verifying because there's 2 sections on the form. There's like a part 1 and part 2. And Florida allows us to charge $10 for each notary act. So I think you can charge about $20 for that. Anywho, then that is one thing you need to have. You need to have blank ones. I recommend about 10 of those, depending on how many VIN number verifications you do per week. I normally keep 10 with me. All right. So you need to have 10 of those forms. You print them off online. I actually have on my mentoring site, and we'll have in the boot camp as well links to where you can go to get notary forms, notary loose leaf certificates and things like that. Loose leaves are important. I'm going to tell you guys about that in a sec. This one is a Florida, this is an acknowledgement. This is a jurat or oath or affirmation, right? So this is actually a loose leaf that I created myself. I have those on, I think they are on the platform, I'm not sure, but these are loose leaf certificates. All right, I'm going to tell you guys about loose leaf. So for loose leaf certificates, you need to have at least 10 to 20 loose leaf certificates, you need to have 3 different types. You need to have the one for just a regular affidavit, which is just when you go to a person and they say, can you notarize this? And you're like, no. So what they would then do is they can use the general affidavit. Now you're going to tell them to use it, but you're going to tell them you can't notarize that. But if they will get the notary language on it, which is normally notary language sounds like sworn at or affirmed before me on this day, blah, 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 that has to be on there. Okay. If it's not on there, then you need one of these handy dandy things so that you can notarize it. Because in Florida, especially, you cannot apply your notary stamp to something that does not have proper notary language. All right. So again, guys, loose leaf certificates, you need to have them between 10 to 15. I normally have to restock at least once or twice a week because I have different customers doing different things. You need one for each type of notarization. All right. Or notary act. The other thing is, in Florida, we do I-9 verifications, right? Form I-9. That's something I'll go over in the boot camp as well, teach you guys how to complete those. Form I-9s kind of look like this. They are called Employment Eligibility Verification by the Department of Homeland Security. There isn't a set fee on Form I-9 because it's not regulated by the state, so you can charge whatever you want to charge to complete a Form I-9. That is something I will teach you guys, but I do keep blank ones with me in the event someone calls and says, hey, I need to get a Form I-9. They come, they fill in the information wrong. They do it all the time. And then I have to have them correct it because as a professional, I'm not putting my signature on that. But anyways, they have to fix it. Like, no, I'm not doing it. Scratches and whiteouts and no, it's not an art project. We need to make sure we are crisp, we are clean. Everything is done in a professional manner is how I conduct business because it speaks volume about your brand. You don't know, you might be completing this form and giving it to your client that doesn't care, right? But you don't know where the client is taking this form to. And when you're completing Form I-9, you're acting as a representative or authorized representative for that particular company. So you never know if they will call you and say, hey, is this such and such? Oh, we have, 5 more people that we would like to get I-9s done for. Can you do that? So you don't want to be that person that just does not do the Form I-9 properly. All right. Don't know why it just got a little dark in here. I know it's not me. Oh, I know why it just got a little dark in here. It didn't just get a little dark in here. It's my laptop is dying. But anyways, so you want to have your those copies with you so that you can, I'm over here doing acrobatic moves so I can grab my charger. You want to have those with you so that you can be proactive, you can be efficient in doing your jobs as a notary. All right, there we go. Why does that? Anyways, so again, these are the things that we definitely need to have as a notary public or notary signing agent. Sorry, guys. All right. So loose leaf forms, depending on your state, what you can and cannot do, you need to make sure you have those. That is a must. It's not a question. Here's the thing. You don't want to drive 15 miles to a client, 30 miles, God knows how many miles to a client, and then they bring you this and they say, I want you to notarize this. You can just put your stamp right by the pencil. And you're like, no, I can't just put my stamp by the pencil. The state will have my stamp for that. Are you serious? But anyways, people will ask you to do crazy things. I've had someone ask me to notarize a napkin before. And I'm just like, not today. But anyways, you don't want to drive out to the client and have them present you something like this. And you can't notarize it. And you are thinking to yourself, I just drove all this way. And I can't notarize. If I don't really notarize, I'm not getting paid. Well, I still charge them for travel. But anyways, you want to get paid for your notary job. You want to do your notary job. So therefore, these certificates are what's going to make the difference between you rejecting a document from the client or not. So you need to definitely make sure you have these, all right? Depending on whatever kind of service you provide. Again, remember I said you need to have your business cards. I know I'm giving you guys more than 5, but it wouldn't be fair for me to tell you that, oh, I only have 5 things in my bag. Lies, my bag is heavy. It's heavy because I have more things in it. Don't believe that it's heavy because of these few things. Clearly not. If you're a female like me and you just have sanitizer, wipes, this, that, yeah, it's in that bag. So my bag is heavy, but not because of this little stuff. No. And a tip on a notary bag, it's best if you get like a laptop bag for a 14 to 15 inches, a little big, but for I would say 11 to 14-inch laptop, get a laptop bag for that kind of laptop and just use that as your notary bag. One, because it will have cushioning inside of it, so it will protect anything you put in it. And two, because it's very easy to carry. Most of them, they have a handle and they have a strap. So if you want to just put it across or, carry it in your hand, whatever works better for you, I'd recommend you do that. Right. So the other thing was pens. Make sure you guys have tons of pens. You need to have it in black or blue. Well, no, black and blue, I would say. Copy stamp, you can order those from Amazon. Receipt book, so you can write a receipt to your clients. Definitely need one of these, especially those of you who are in states that do marriages like South Carolina and Florida. You definitely want to have this because you don't want to be standing holding a sheet of paper, unless you're comfortable with it. If you are, then do you. But if I'm doing officiating a ceremony or something, I like to kind of hold it. I just feel like a boss when I'm doing it. Like, hey, dearly beloved, we are gathered. I'm just playing. But anyways, anyways, guys, it's nice to have it. It's really good, especially for people who need to put the paper down so they can write properly. They need a hard surface so they don't poke through the paper or anything like that. You need to have a notary journal. And again, guys, if you're just now tuning in, welcome to my channel. If you're brand new, please hit the subscribe button. If you're a part of the family, welcome. I hope you're having a good Friday. Hit that like button. All right, guys. So notary journal for just general notary work or marriages, right? And da-da-da, notary signing journal for notary signing agents. And I'll put a link to both of these products in the Dropbox. I'm not affiliated with these people, but pretty soon they're going to have to pay me. You also need to have your notary stamp. Remember, when your stamp goes, like it's acting like it doesn't want to stamp and you have a self-inking stamp, don't throw it out and don't order a new one. Just go to Amazon and order another cartridge. And you can, which is this thing that is extremely cheap. And as long as your stamp, this one is still valid, you can just use the same stamp and voila. Don't spend a lot of money getting stamps because it's not, to me, just get 2 stamps. That's it. 2 stamps is enough. You don't need to have 15, 20. No, 2 stamps is enough. It takes a while before you actually go through one of these cartridges. I can tell you that for sure. My first year as a notary, it took me about a year and a half before I went through my stamp. So new notaries, don't worry about, oh my God, what if my stamp goes? You'll know when it's going, when it's getting to the point where you need one. And that's why you use a backup. So when the other stamp runs low, just order the cartridge and then you can just keep using the other stamp. You're not going to run through 2 stamps in your first year. I don't care if you're doing 5 million signings. You're not going to, unless you're stamping everything, which you shouldn't be doing unless it requires a stamp. All right. So anyways, that is basically all the things that I have in my notary bag. I carry them on a daily basis in my office ever since COVID. This little bottle has rubbing alcohol that is 70%, I think, and it's a spray bottle. It is easy to sanitize my hand. Now, I'm going to tell you right now, you're probably going to dry out. Okay, you're going to become dehydrated. Your hands are going to look like a raisin. But I rather raisin hands than, COVID. So I will use it. When I touch notary stuff, anything outside, anything that I, take outside, just out so you can rub and go through, the ridges of your fingers and so on. And make sure that you wait for it to dry before you touch anything else. So sometimes you'll see me doing this like I'm a bird or something, because I want to make sure that alcohol dries off before I do anything else. All right. Especially when you're dealing with, paper, you don't want to be getting your hands wet. You can use gloves. I definitely recommend gloves if you can find them. But I recommend using gloves. That way you can just take it off and trash it and you don't have to keep worrying about spraying. But me, when I'm working really fast, sometimes the gloves make my hands clammy and yeah, I just don't. But there's some instances where I do it just to protect the client. For example, if I go to nursing homes, I most definitely will wear gloves. All right. So guys, hope you guys enjoyed that. Now let's get over into the good stuff. I'm going over in the chat box. So this is the time you have me live in front of you to drop the questions so I can answer them for you. So I know where I stopped off with questions, and I'm going to go over to the chat box. So this is your time. Again, if you're just now joining in, hit that like button. If you've been on here and you haven't hit it yet, why not? Please go ahead and hit the like button. All right. So first question is from Funstar. Funstar says, I have a question. I have been watching Notary Public and Remote Notary videos on your channel. I already know about the promoting part, but I don't know exactly what a remote notary should do. Okay. Is it that you don't know what a remote notary should do, or you don't know what a remote notary does? All right. Let me clarify. I'm just going to tell you what a remote notary does because I'm thinking that's probably where you're heading. All right. So a remote online notary is a notary public that is certified by or approved by a state to conduct what we call remote online notary, otherwise referred to as RON, right? What you do is you basically use a platform to house a remote loan signing or remote notary signing. There are some things you cannot do as a remote notary, and I will go over that with you guys. For those of you who want to join the boot camp, I will tell you all about that. But mainly what you're going to do is you're going to be on a camera talking to your customer, and on the right or left, depending on which provider you're using to do your remote online notary, you will have the documents that the customer either uploads, or if they send it to you ahead of time, you will upload it yourself. The documents will be there. The customer is going to verify their identity, join that, live online. You and the customer are on like a Skype or Zoom type deal, and the document is up in the corner. You're going to be notarizing by just using your mouse. You're clicking where to sign and applying your signature. You're clicking where to stamp by, applying your notary stamp. You have to get a digital stamp as well. Digital stamp and digital signature. All right. So that is a remote online notary. Now, a remote online notary can be in any state. They can be in their home state. For example, I'm in Florida and I can notarize documents anywhere. So my client that I'm notarizing for does not have to be physically located in Florida. They can be located anywhere in the United States. So I can sit here and notarize something for somebody in Michigan. I can notarize something for somebody in Colorado. I can notarize for people in California. It doesn't matter. My notary stamp and seal will still be accepted in those states because that is an agreement with all the states, all right? Not all states offer remote notary. Do not confuse remote notary with electronic notary. Remote notary, you're not required to meet the person face-to-face. Electronic notary, you have to meet them face-to-face and then go back and do what the remote notary would do, which is to do the video, audio, video, two-way thing, right? So that is basically what it is. Now, the good news about remote notary is that you can charge a service fee of $25 plus whatever it costs for the acknowledgement or the notary act that you're doing. So for example, here in Florida, if I have one person that wanted to do a notary transaction, a remote notary transaction, which I've done, it's a $25 fee plus $10 for each acknowledgement or each signature that I have to do. So if they have one, I'm probably going to be charging them $35 if it's just one signer. And then there's different things, different rules, if you have multiple parties signing and things like that, you get to charge more. But the minimum you would get paid for one transaction is going to be $35. All right. And you structure how you want to, go about billing your client and have them pay. All right, that was that for Funstar. Rhonda says she sent it. Blessed Destiny says, how many stamps can you order? You can order as much stamps as you'd like. Me, I personally recommend that you order 2 notary stamps. I don't think you need to order 5, 6, it's too much. You're not going to go through it that fast. I don't care what you're doing every day. You're not going to burn through those stamps fast enough to need that many, all right? Funstar says, so all you need is the notary stamp if you're a public notary that is not doing loan signing. Absolutely. If you're a notary and you're not doing loan signings, all you need is your stamp. Then you have to have, the state doesn't require a journal, I highly recommend a journal. The last thing you want is for a client to accuse you of something and you don't have proof as to what actually happened. The journal is your best friend. So yes, I recommend you have a journal. You can purchase them sometimes at Office Depot, Office Max, Staples, places like that. They might not be the ones the ones like mine. Actually, I'm not going to say they might not. They're not the ones like mine. So um, that might be the only downside. The ones they sell might not be the ones that you like. All right, but you can definitely order it from there. The other thing is, oh guys, sorry again, phone ringing, but my partner gets that. All right, so the other one, let's see, who else got, how much does the stamp cost? I told you guys the stamps cost anywhere between 15 and normally between 15 and about 25 bucks, I would say, and you can order them from different places, Amazon included. Make sure you read the reviews though. All right. Let's see. Do you have a stamp for your name? No, I don't. Unfortunately, I do not. I do have other ways that I put, for example, if I'm doing an apostille request or anything that requires my name, I do have another way that I do it. I prefer to use another method than stamps. The only stamp I have is one that says copy and my notary stamp. Let's see. Let's see. Do you use the seal as well every time you stamp? No. Let me tell you guys something. And a lot of people, customers, especially ones that are not used to, no, they're not very knowledgeable on how the notary thing works. They will tell you that your stamp is not what they want. They want something else. Wanting something else is great. However, getting it is something else, right? So your notary stamp, this here, is also your notary seal. Do not let a client tell you that, hey, that's just the stamp. I need the seal. Well, honey, this is the stamp and the seal. This is not, no, this is it. This is the end all be all. This thing here, when I do like that, it's done. Signed, sealed, delivered. It's done. There's no other, nothing. Now, there's some customers, and you can do this as an added value service. However, I've only had 2 customers in all my years of being a notary signing agent. I've only had 2 people ask me this. You can order what is called an embosser. An embosser is a little clampy thing that looks like an eyelash curler that you stick the paper in the middle and you squeeze it, and it makes an indentation of a seal onto the paper. An embosser is not required. It's not required. It's just not required, okay? But if you want to have that, so you can offer that to people, some people call it a raised seal, but it's called an embosser, right? You don't need that. If you want to get it, they cost about between 25 or 40 bucks. If you want to get one, sure, go ahead and get one. I've never used one, never owned one. You don't need it as a notary. It's 2020. This is the end all be all right? So don't worry about that part. Another thing that you might hear clients ask you about is a red ribbon. These are people normally that are from other country. They will have the wax seal. The wax seal is the old notary, like old notary seal. And that involves you putting wax on a piece of paper, using a hot clampy embosser, and then clamping on to the wax seal, and then it bonds it to the paper. Okay, I'm just gonna just hold that thought in. But you might have a customer to ask you, do you have the red seal? It's not a red seal, it's the wax seal. Not going through that kind of drama at all in 2020, when all I can do is travel around with this thing that I've dropped millions of times and picked it up and it works just fine. Like, no. And just think about, how would you scan or copy that? The wax is definitely not going to get picked up on the scanner. So, hey, I don't know. But anyways, to each his own. And when they're probably sending it overseas, they're probably, I don't know. I can't even speak on it. But anyways, you don't need all that good stuff. You can add it, if you want to invest and just become the one notary that has every single thing. Thumbs up to that. Awesome. You can do it. Me, I don't have it. But kudos if you want to do that. That's awesome. Let's see. Rhonda says she hates hers from Amazon. This is why I say read the reviews, because some of these, sometimes your seal might have your name spelled wrong. You want to inspect it as well when you get a notary stamp. Well, you want to read it and make sure your notary commission number is correct, your notary commission expiration date. Just make sure it's all correct first. Make sure it looks good. If it doesn't look right, don't do it, all right? You can order notary stamps and seal from different notary associations in the US, like NNA and things like that. You can order supplies from them. You don't just have to, be a member or whatever. You can just order supplies. So keep that in mind. All right, let's see. What else we got over here? Need a more simple one. Yes, I agree. Stamps need to be simple. And a friend of mine actually has a pocket stamp, a pocket self-inking stamp. Total trash. Well, forgive me, guys. Sometimes I will tell you guys I will just it comes up, it comes out. But for me, if you're gonna give me this tiny little thing, it has to be a little, durable. It can't be just flimsy. Well, I'm sure there's probably good ones that are pocket size. Pocket size just means they're probably just, a little small. They're smaller. Well, I'm not gonna say little small. They're about half the height of this right here, like that's height. They're much smaller in size, but to be quite honest, they can cause some trouble because you don't really have enough, you know, I don't know what to call it. It's just not big enough for you to just push down properly. So you'll notice that you make errors with it. It might be a little off. It might be a little flimsy. It might not print, properly. So I just go with this. Make life simple. Anyways, Ms. Royalty, just finished your required course, Francesca. Yes, absolutely. I'm so excited for you guys. Guys, let me tell you guys something. You never know until you try. That is something I've learned, and continuously I'm learning every day. You never know until you try. I have been trying to educate and to share all my knowledge as far as my notary journey, how I started my business, and all this stuff. I've been trying so hard to do it over the past 2 years. And I first went to Facebook last year and I started trying to go out and, educating people about it, letting people know, hey, especially those who are just tired of working 9 to 5, you can start a legitimate business as a notary by doing XYZ. It was so difficult to reach out to people because everybody thought it was a scam. And I'm like, it's not a scam. Like, you literally can just walk in the, state courthouse, whatever, and ask them about notary. Everyone knows about notary. No, everyone doesn't. But at first it was a little, difficult for me to let people know, like, hey, you can legitimately make money from this. And then when I started out, when I first came in, there were other people that were coming in the door as well, and they were doing loan signings and they were talking about making thousands. And I myself was skeptical about it until I tried it. And then I realized, if you really put the time and effort into your business, if you really invest time and effort and do not hold back on gaining knowledge, you can definitely make this your only source of income. It's just that simple. I don't know how else to say it. Whether you're home because you're unemployed or you're home because you're working from home or whatever, you can use this as a side gig. You can use it as your main gig. You have different options. So never ever sleep on the opportunity to become a notary. Again, I tell people this all the time. Pay no attention to the $5 per signature, the $10 per signature, the $1. I think one state even say 50 cents. Like, what? But anyways, don't pay attention to that, because that won't be a bulk of what you will charge your clients. It's not that. Aside from the states that restrict how much you charge for like travel and things like that, or mileage, that's not going to be your bulk. And you can't, just don't measure it based on those things. Measure it on things like, for example, if I go out for 2 loan signings in one day and each loan signing is $150, I've made $300 in that day, one day, and you've only done 2 signings. You've only done 2, literally 1, 2. That's it. $300 in one day. Now, $300, that's if you only do 2. There's people that are doing 5, 6, 7, 8. I used to do it when I first started just to get experience, but honey, I had to chill, okay? Because you do get tired. But what I'm saying is, 2 loan signings for $150 in one day is $300. There's people that are making $300 a week. There's people that are making $300 every 3, 4, 5 days. Compare that to going in and clocking into someone's job and working 12, 14-hour shifts. How much do you make? If you say, well, Shika, that's okay, I make, let's do math because I love doing math with my phone, of course, not from my head. Um, so let's get into it. For all the people that feel like, this can't be a way of life. Okay, fine. Okay, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Let's reason about it. So, for example, you're one of those people that you're in a really good job. You're making $18 an hour. You work 40 hours a week, right? That means you're making $720 per week, right? 720. That's what my phone said. I didn't say it. I don't do math in my head like that. So, $720 in 1 week. But remember, you have put in 40 hours. The average time it takes to do a loan signing is between 30 to 45 minutes. If you're doing about 3 loan signings a day and you're collecting about $150, you're making $450 in 1 day, working for about 2 hours. If you guys are skeptical, when you see all these other people that are, talking about loan signings and telling you, become a signing agent, you can do this, you can do that. The job is pretty simple. If you guys are joining my notary boot camp, it's starting on November the 2nd. I have information coming up on that next week. It's a strict program. I'm going to give you guys information on how to market yourself, how to go out there, and it's 3 months long. That means you will be with me for 3 months. I will tell you exactly what to do, when to do it, how to do it, and then you follow the process and keep track of your progress. You will see you can do this with your eyes closed. You just need to know and become familiar with what you need to do. If you are a hairstylist and you know how to style hair and you have 5 clients for the day, it is nothing because you know what you're doing. If you're a hairstylist and you don't know what to do and you have 5 clients for the day, it will become very stressful. So, the main thing about this notary and notary signing business is learning what you can and cannot do and how to do it. Once you know what to do, the sky's the limit, especially with today's day and age where technology is becoming like the in thing, where right now I can do remote loan closings. Yes, I can sit here on the webcam and talk to borrowers and notarize documents for loan signings. Loan signings are anywhere between 10 to 150 pages. I'm not notarizing every single page, but I can literally sit at home, turn the webcam on, talk to a signer face to face, and just keep clicking. And in one of those, I can make up to $250 to $300. When you guys see these people that are making videos, and I hate to name drop, like I don't drop names all the time because I know most of you, if you're on my channel, you're probably already familiar with a lot of the popular ones. But when they're talking about this stuff, it is very real. I had those experiences. I used to get those e-checks. I used to get SnapDoc, what do you call it, direct deposit. Right now it's just there's so much you can do, especially in the pandemic. The need for a notary or notary signing agent does not go away. It's not shutting down. A matter of fact, a lot of people are refinancing their homes. A lot of people are taking out home equity line of credit. They're in need of funds, and that's where the notaries come in. There's a lot that you can do. So whether you decide, hey, I want to be the notary that everybody calls when they need me, meet them, get a little gas money on the side or extra cash, on the side, you make the stamp work for you. If you pay 250 or 150 or $100 or whatever to get your notary stamp, and you're going to be making $450 in 1 day. Now let's go ahead and say, Shika, all right, it's slow. Shika, I'm only getting like 2 signings a day. 2 signings a day, $150 each. It's $300 a day. Times 7 days if you decide to work the whole week. That is $2,100 for 1 week. When you see these people doing videos on YouTube saying, hey, I made 15K per month doing loan signings, they're not lying. I'm here to tell you they are telling you the truth. It's just a matter of drive, of you going out and doing it. Now, I will tell you guys, I will admit sometimes I do get lazy and my partner do have to put, fire on my butt sometimes to kind of get back into my groove. But when I'm out there and I'm doing loan signings, the checks are coming, honey. The first 30 days or so, you might feel like, what's happening? But they will come. I promise you. You keep investing that time and that effort, master your craft. So when you go out, you can do it like that. As soon as you get those signings, you go ahead, knock them out and go back home and go to bed or watch TV or do whatever you want to do. That's it. So this business is kind of like a hidden gem. So that's what drove me to like, hey, I'm leaving well, not really leaving Facebook, but I'm going to branch off. A lot of people are like, why didn't you just go on YouTube? And I'm like, I don't know. But I decide, you know what, let me go over there and let me talk to people, because they're really sleeping on a lot of different things that you could be doing. If you're not the loan signing person, you don't want to go out and do all this shit. No, it's not for me. I don't want to do that. Fine. Do you want to do notary? You want to do marriages? Do you want to marry people? Are you that person that wants to say, hey, I love to decorate, I like to create, so I'm going to offer them a package. So when you come to me, I'm going to have a, what do you call them things? Oh, Jesus, where's my brain? They have the arch. You decorate an arch with balloon and all this stuff, and you offer them a package. Hey, come to me, one-stop shop. I will decorate. I will do everything. You just show up looking nice. I will officiate you too, and you'll be married. And that's it. Guys, there is so much you can do in this industry. Do not sleep on it. Do not be afraid to invest in yourself, in your business. Because if you're buying phones for $1,000, like some people I know, you know, if you're buying phones for that kind of money, you're buying laptop, you're buying hair, you're doing your nails, whatever it is you're investing into, self upkeep or whatever you guys call it. Think about investing that kind of money in yourself, in your brand, and in your business, and seeing almost an instant return. Almost an instant return. Notaries get paid when they show up. They don't wait 2 weeks, 3 weeks for first paycheck when you get a job. You get paid when you show up. If I come to sign your paper, are you paying my cash or card, sir, ma'am? Will that be cash or card? Like today, now, before I leave, okay? Um, so you're not even dealing with that. If you're home and you're like, oh my gosh, I have no gas, I'm in between paychecks. If you're doing it as a gig, I'm in between paychecks. Why not go out and do some notary calls? It's worth the investment and so much more. And you can branch off into other things. This is why I decided, you know what, I'm gonna do a boot camp. But I need people that are serious, people that are driven, and people that are willing to actually step outside of their comfort zone and just decide, hey, I'm going to do this. I want to invest some time and effort into myself and see what happens. You have 3 months. In 3 months, you will see your potential. And then from there, you can decide, hey, I want to add tax. I want to add credit repair. I want to add fingerprinting. I want to add wedding services. I want to do, I want to sell some things. I want to do shirts. I want to do whatever. You can branch off. You just need a solid foundation, and then you can pile everything on. It's kind of like getting ice cream. You can get vanilla ice cream, and everybody's like, oh, that's so basic. You have like zero toppings. No, wait, it's coming. I'm going to add some stuff. I need Oreos. I need blueberries. I need strawberries. I need sprinkles. oh my gosh, it's endless. Sorry, I'm talking about food. I just like, I like ice cream. But anyways, guys, it's all up to you what you do. And there is no one to check you but yourself. No one to check you but you. Nobody to say, why are you not taking that call? If you want to take the call, take the call. If you don't, go to sleep or whatever you were doing. Just make sure you're monitoring your funds that are coming in and you're staying afloat, so you're not just letting the phone ring away because you made $50 and so that's all you made. Like, no. You have to discipline yourself for when you're collecting these checks. You are watching what you're putting in and watching what's going out, so that you don't like, oh, I'm going to get 15 calls next week. So guess what? I'm going to spend this 2,100 on a Gucci bag or something. You have to catch yourself in moments like that. Trust me, I've been tempted. But anyways, guys, that is pretty much how, let's see, I'm looking in the, Miranda says, I'm a nurse, was making 45 an hour. So Miranda, let's out of curiosity, see what that 45 looked like versus that 2 loan signings. Just out of curiosity. Now, I'm not telling anybody to quit their day job, okay? Don't be like, Chica, you told me to quit that. No. Do your research and make sure you're ready. You can, but be ready. All right, guys? So let's see, $45 an hour. Let's see, you work 40 hours a week. That means you're making like $1,800, $1,800 a week. $1,800 a week. Remember, if you're doing $300 a day, if you're working 7 days a week, you're getting 2,100. If you're working, when I say 7 days, I don't mean you're working all day for 7 days. I mean, if you're working, say for example, you do 5 days and you're doing 2 or 3 a day, right? 2 or 3 a day and you're working 5 days, you're still in good numbers. Oh gosh, I got so many missed messages. All right, I'm gonna ignore that so they don't distract me from you guys. Hey, Nicole. But yes, you guys see, it can become, your permanent source of income if you put in the effort. By the way, guys, if you guys are just now tuning in, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new to my channel. I would love to have you. If you're returning, welcome back. Let's get into it. Please throw the questions at me. I'm here for you guys. All right, let me see what else is going on over here. Did you guys see what Miranda said in the chat box? She says, I make that type of money in 30 minutes. Now, if you guys don't know, Miranda's been with me for over a year. She's been following me on Facebook and everything, and so we know each other. So, but there's so many different things you can do. It's limitless what you can do. It's limitless to what you can do. You can add services, remove services, change it. If you want to be all mobile, be all mobile. You don't want to pay for office building, pay for virtual office and have an office address or get a PO box or whatever the case may be. It's all up to you. You have total and complete control of this industry. What you choose to do is up to you. Let's see. And remember that notary acts or income that you make from notary transactions is not taxable, not federal tax. All right, let me see what's going on over here. Looking in the chat box. She said even loan mods are $30 for 15 minutes. $30 for 15 minutes for a loan modification, or 40 or 50. I've seen loan mods for $75. As a matter of fact, I had one this evening for $75, but it was a little too late and I didn't want to do it. So don't get like me, by the way, where you're picking and choosing like, no, I don't want to do that. When you first start out, you need to definitely go out and get the experience, get the knowledge. When you get to a certain point where it comes to like, no, I'll pass. No, guys, don't. Okay. All right. So let's see what else is going on in my chat box. Miranda says, I'm coming to the boot camp. Kareem says, do you need to do a loan signing system to be successful, or is that a waste of money? Guys, let me tell you one thing. Anything that you invest in yourself is never a waste. The only time it becomes a waste is if you do not put those tools and that information, that knowledge to good use. So I don't believe that any of these systems that are out there are a waste of money. It's just a matter of how much can you invest and are you willing to do that at this particular time. These people who are normally offering services like myself, loan signing system, or anyone else that is out there, Andre Hatchett, they spend time and they spend a lot of money to get to know the industry and to get to know what works. The thing about these people is they find out what works first. Then when they realize there is value in it, they turn around and they offer it to others and they charge a fee for it. But there's definitely value in these products that they're offering. There's value in it. Now, whether you might feel like, okay, this is not enough or this is a lot, it's kind of up to each his own. But I feel like any money that you invest to gain knowledge or to get information or to find out, technical stuff, whatever you spend the money on is never invaluable. It becomes invaluable when you don't put it to good use. So that's my view on that one. So I don't think any of it is a waste of money. It's not, believe me. We all have to start somewhere. We all have to get started. We go with people we feel comfortable with. That is one thing I encourage people to do. You're on my channel, you're watching me, you're following me, and if you feel like, hey, you know what, Shika, I'm cool when you're doing your lives and stuff like that, but my type of person is a little different. That is perfectly fine. I want you to be successful by any means necessary. So if you choose to go with someone else, that is perfectly okay with me. I will never tell you, hey, don't go to this person. Now, if they're a scammer and I know about it, I will tell you guys. I will. But I can tell you, Most of the names that I hear and the questions that people ask, the companies that people bring up are people that are reputable, people that know their stuff, that spend time and money into getting that knowledge and to, building their and mastering their craft so that they can come out and offer it to you. So yes, it's just a matter of where you are with the pocket, Kareem. It's just where you are, hey, should I spend this over here or should I spend this over there? It's kind of like that. But you will definitely walk away from with something that will be able to help you, on your journey to becoming a notary pro. Um, the Wig Palace says, "Are you in South Florida yet?" No, I used to be in South. South Florida is where I was kind of sort of raised. Okay, but I've been in Northeast Florida for about 17 years. I'm in Jacksonville, Florida, but I used to live down south, Miramar, Fort Lauderdale, Carroll City. Yes, but got the fast. I came up here to just kind of woosah, chill, because I have kids and I just wanted a nice, quiet, place. Not always quiet, but anyhow, I tried. I just wanted a slower. I can raise my kids and stuff like that. And I love it here, by the way. I have no issues. Corinne says, I'm a full time, oh, Jesus, where did it go? Where'd it go? Okay, I'm a full time paraprofessional at a school, so I can only do work. I can do it before work and after work on the weekend. I hope to make good money on those. Absolutely, you can. Huh? Corinne, are you in Florida? If you're in Florida, you will. You can. You will. You definitely can. You just need to put your name out there and let people know that you're available. Once you get your, Olivia says, once you get your notary commission, can you perform your notary duties and under LLC you already have registered? Now, as far as the notary is concerned, your notary is you. You're the notary. Okay. Your business is an entity. I think I was trying to explain this to somebody before. I don't know. But, anyways, you, the individual, is the notary. Your business is the entity. I like to say the separate thing. So, for example, you have McDonald's and then you have the manager. That's basically how it goes with notary. You have your business and then you have the notary. So, however you want to apply that or however you can based on your state laws, yes, you can. Let's see. Nicole says, I'm in Texas. Is the notary process long? Not from what I've heard from some of my Texas notaries. As a matter of fact, Texas is one of the places that is kind of like a hot spot next to Florida when it comes to loan signings, but never heard anyone saying it took too long. Norma says, what do an apostille do and how to get that certification? So an apostille is not a specific certification, and I will be providing in-depth information on apostille, but an apostille is basically getting a certification on the notary's signature or acknowledgement. So for example, a customer brings a document they want to send overseas, you notarize the document, and then the document needs to go to the state or to the Department of State or to your particular state to get a apostille, which is basically kind of like notarizing the notary's signature somewhat. So they attach a certificate to it and then they send it back to whoever it is that ordered it. That's what the apostille is. Short version, by the way. All right. So that's what the apostille is. It doesn't require any particular certification in order to do apostilles. You just have to know what you're doing. That's basically it. If you're a part of the boot camp, I will be teaching about apostilles. Let's see. And Miranda says, yes, ma'am, game changer. Miranda says she's going to rent out her backyard and marry people. Do it if you can. And let me tell you guys, if you're in a state, if you're in one of those states that do not allow you to marry people, fine, become an ordained minister that's if you want to. But you can, you can do that. That's another way. So don't give up on it. Corinne says, me too. I'm in Northeast Florida. Oh, Corinne, let me tell you, girl. Yes, you can do a lot of things. Oh my goodness. Mo says, I want my money. You guys. Okay, Mo says, wait. I see another question up here. Can you put the link for the loan signing journal? Yes, I'm going to put the link for the journal. When you guys go, a quick tip. When you guys go to the description box, always expand or show more so you can see all the links in the bottom. You'll see the words, the description in the video, but be sure when you go back to the video, you click that show more or click, whatever expand. I don't know what it shows on your stuff, and go down, you'll see the links. But I'll put the links for the journal and the signing agent journal and the other journal that I showed you guys earlier. Again, I see people coming in. Welcome, welcome, guys. Please give this video a thumbs up. If you have not yet joined the family, please hit subscribe. And if you're coming back, welcome, welcome. Let's get down to business. Let's see. Okay, so Miranda had one for me. She said, oh, question. I did some signing for direct. Haven't got paid. What would your next step be? I gave first class treatment, and I had over $30,000 from borrowers and delivered keys to their new homes. Huh. How long has it been since you haven't got paid? Because let me tell you guys something. You, as a professional, you can become a debt collector. When they owe you, you can definitely do all the and stuff. And God forbid you accept a check and they give you a bad check. You can go to the state and report them. They have to pay you, pay the state, or it's a felony. Okay? So how long has it been since they haven't paid you, Mo? You can hire collection agencies if you have some of those instances where you're not getting paid. Or you can send out demand letters for payment and things like that. It can even go to court. So you are an official business, and if they owe you, they owe you. And you do like they do, stalk them. And I'm just playing. Just don't stalk anybody. Never mind. Don't stalk anybody. I told you guys, when it comes up, it comes out. Don't stalk them per se, but you can demand payments. All right. Let's see. What would you suggest? That's what I would suggest, Mo. Nicole says, Shika, is the tax group and notary group combined or separate? They are separate. I have a group that is advertise your SBNT, advertise your business here on Facebook. That is for any kind of business. It's mainly focused on notary, yes, because we started off that way, but then we changed the narrative because most of our notaries offer a variety of other services. So we want to make everyone comfortable and, make it an environment where it's for all bosses and not just notaries and signing agents or tax professional or whatnot. So if you see a group that says notary, though, that's only notary stuff. Matter of fact, most of the times that group is dead unless someone goes out to do a signing and something happened, then they'll ask a question or if there's something new. But the advertise your business here group is always active. The notaries are busy doing work. They're hardly ever in there unless they're facing a challenge or something. Or if they come across something new, they will ask a question. Florida is a hot spot. Oh, I'm excited now. Florida is a hot spot for loan signings. If you guys know, South Florida, North Florida, all of Florida, I think, there's a lot of real estate stuff going on. People are buying, refinancing, people are moving in. A lot of people like to come down here and get our low-key, well, I'm in Northeast Florida. We get winters here, or semi-winters, or play winter. I don't know, or bipolar winter. I don't know. But anyways, a lot of people are coming into Florida for different reasons. So yes, it's definitely a hot spot for destination weddings. You'll see that a lot. If you live down south, a lot of people will be coming from a lot of different places and they will want to get married. You'll also see people coming and they're wanting to refinance. You'll see people moving here with their cars, especially during the winter time. You'll see a lot of people from like Canada and places like that. They'll come on down to Florida and you'll get calls from people doing stuff like that. We call them snowbirds. Norma says, thank you. What else is in here? Let me see what I can answer before. Okay. The wig place, wig palace, sorry. She says, I work full-time parking enforcement. My job is from 2:15 to 10:30 p.m. I'm off on Sundays and Mondays. Monday is normally a day that is a blah day for notary, but a bomb day for signing agents. So no, Mondays, I don't know what it is. It's one of my days that I'm slow. It's almost like the day I want to take off. But Sundays, if you live in Florida, Sundays, tattoos, piercings, oh yeah, all day. Sunday is normally a good day also because most of the banks are closed. UPS, whoever else that does notary, they're closed. So Sundays is actually a good day for notaries when it comes to notarizing. Monday, from my experience, has always been that day where I'm just like, meh, okay, it's another Monday. But Tuesday and onwards is normally it kicks in. She said, can I still work as a signing agent? Remember, you are in South Florida. You're in Florida. You should be doing, gosh. Tattoo shops, some of them don't close till 1, 2 a.m., especially here in Jacksonville. So people will take their kids to go get piercings or tattoos. Anyone under 18, they have to get a notarized consent from the parent. That is most of my business here locally. I live close to the beach. There's a lot of people that are doing that kind of stuff. So I go out and do them. And it's simple and easy. It takes like 5 minutes. Just did a piercing last night, I think. Yeah, piercing last night. Uh, Not me personally, but I did a permission for piercing last night, and that was like 10:40 at night, I think, or 10:30. I don't remember. Do you know how the notary business is in Kentucky? No, but I will definitely find out if you're a part of my mentoring group or if you're a part of the boot camp. Yes, I give you stuff that is specific to where you live based on research and all the information. So, yes, normally notary business is valuable wherever you are. Unless you, even if you live in the boondocks, I would say the very people that if you live in a small town or something, people are still going to need to get stuff notarized. The only thing is that notary is based on, things happening. So if you live somewhere that is not, in the outskirts or, not very populated, you might notice that things might move a little slower, but it's always good to have that because you will become, you can easily become the go-to notary, the only one if there's not anybody else. So there is its pluses and minuses when it comes to stuff like that. But absolutely, Kentucky, I don't know off the top of my head, but if you are a part of my mentoring or boot camp, definitely give information based on state. Mo says never stop learning. We all learn from one another. Oh, absolutely, we learn from each other. Thank you for all this knowledge. You're so welcome. You're so welcome. Um, Guys, let me see what else I missed. Sheena says, I'm from Lexington. Mo says, I'm from Lexington. Oh, okay. Yes. So there goes your answer right there. My advice is that you want someone that you can reach and answer the question. Awesome. Central Florida. I'm telling you, my Florida people, married people, tattoo shops, all kinds of stuff. Join the boot camp. I have information. I'll do a live like next week. I think it is. I forgot what it is. It's on my schedule, but I'll do a live and I will tell you guys all about the notary boot camp. What it's gonna be. What do you do? What will be entailed in that? And I will be very detailed and very specific. I will hold you accountable. So I'm going to give you assignments that you will do. You're going to agree that you will commit to doing them, and then you know we are going to track your progress. We're going to talk about it live so you can share with everybody else how you feel about the boot camp so far. And we will give you recognition as well on the channel. I will do that. My partner will be joining us as well, and we'll be dropping gems. He is one of those people that are very, very knowledgeable when it comes to the business side of things. I'm more kind of like the technical. He's more of the business side. So he will tell you about branding, about professionalism, about stepping outside of your comfort zone. It is really, really helpful to have someone that is on your team that can give you that kind of information, because while you're focusing on going out and doing the work, doing the actual work, the notary work, you want to make sure as far as your business is concerned that you're good there as well. So trust me, you guys are in good hands. Let's see. She said, my advice, you want to find, okay. I miss it. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so late on the chat box. I'm going down. Thank you so much. Okay, you're welcome, Olivia. In Florida, do we need to fingerprint notary clients? No, Stephen, we don't. Let's see. Nicole says, thank you. One more question. I was reading about Texas Notary that can you explain the 10,000 surety bond? I was going to send in my application. I'm confused about the notary bond. A notary bond is basically kind of like a insurance policy, but it doesn't work like an insurance policy. The bond is just in the event there's a claim or placed on you as a notary. Normally if you mess something up, a client might try to come for your notary stamp for lack of better words. And that bond is basically to it's not to protect the notary. Errors and omission insurance is what is used to protect the notary. The bond is kind of like that state level insurance on your car. And then the E&O insurance is kind of like that comp and collision insurance on your car. That explains it. But if you need guidance on how to become a notary and what the steps are, it's best for you to reach out to me directly, because the information I give on the channel is very general and not very specific to one individual. whereas your situation might need for me to be more specific. If you notice, because I'm a Florida notary, I can rattle stuff off, but I definitely have notaries in Tennessee, in Texas, in Virginia, in I have some in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Also have notary, I think one notary in New York, and Michigan, Colorado. Those are the ones I can think of off the top of my head. So for those kind of things, notary application where you need specific stuff, I would definitely say either join the mentorship where you can have one-on-one time with me where I can take that time to explain it to you and help you with it, or join the boot camp if you want to do that, and then I can help you with that directly as well. There's also some agencies that are available that will walk you through the process as well. All right. Corinne says, don't know about the tattoo thing. How much do you charge? The same thing, $10 for each signature or notary act or whatever you call. But I charge for travel. I'm coming out, and if it's late, I can charge for after hours. So yes, just whatever the state sets as your notary fee, that's what you have to charge. But your other services is what you really use to kind of compensate for your time. See? Tell them about the field of inspection. It's easy money. I will in the boot camp. There's another thing you can do. Inspector. You can be a field. You can do field inspections. Also, there's one called Notary Permit Runner that someone brought to my attention the other day. Notary Permit Runner, I don't know if a lot of people want to do that because it involves going back and forth to the city or local government to get permits for constructions and things like that. But that's another thing. But there's a lot of things you can do. Mo, I won't tell them all. I got to save some for my people. Well, you guys are all my people, but I have to save some for my boot camp. I'm sorry. But I promise I will try to help you guys as much as I can. I will. You guys see that I already do. Even when I say I don't want to, I'm not going to talk about it, I still do because my goal is to help people, and that's basically it. Let's see. Thank you so much, Nicole. She says you are a blessing. I am so grateful. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Oh my gosh, guys. So the chat box just jumped. Questionnaire. What is the questionnaire, Linda? What questionnaire is it? Where's the questionnaire? What questionnaire is that? Blue Water says, good evening. May I ask what may be the cost for the boot camp class you will be teaching? So the boot camp is not a class. The boot camp is a program for 3 months. Sorry. The boot camp is a program for 3 months. It is strict, basically kind of like force you to do some things to build your brand, build your business. So we give you weekly goals that you need to follow. We give you direct instructions. We train you about the documents that you're going to come across, some of the common ones at least. We also give you information on how to market yourself to different places, depending on where you are. If you're a notary or loan signing agents, we tell you how to get work. We show you how to set up your different, social media and all kinds of things. It's just pretty much a program that is forcing you to go out and put yourself out there, pushing you outside of your comfort zone. So it's a 3-month program. You do have direct contact with me as well as my partner that I work directly. Directly, when I say directly, like we work together. And you will have direct contact with us in the event you have issues or questions or whatever. It's not limited as to how much time you have with us. We are pretty much just in a program, kind of like you're in college. This is your teacher. This is your, kind of like that. That program runs for 3 months, and the cost for the program is a total of $500. Again, 3 months. That is 12 weeks. Is that 12 weeks? 3 months? Yes. 12 weeks. It's 500, and it's everything from start to finish, regardless of where you are. So if you're already a notary and you haven't been doing anything, well, we're going to push you. We're going to make you do things that we know are going to generate results. The boot camp is for people who want results. They are sitting on their stamp, or they're new to the business and they don't know what to do. If you say, Shika, I just started, I got my stamp last month, I have not gotten one call, I've done this, I've done that, we're going to tell you exactly what to do. When you do the things that we tell you to do, that's how you progress through the boot camp. We're going to require that you report back to us what you've done. And it goes from branding to marketing to customer service to professionalism to all kinds of things, to your tools, what you need to have, how to set up your appointments, how to answer your phone, how to present yourself to potential clients. Just a pretty much everything that you would need to know as far as being a notary signing agent. We're going to touch on apostille service, adding value service. For example, if you want to add something like fingerprinting, or if you want to add apostille, if you want to add, like Miranda just said, inspections, if you want to add secret shopper, there's a lot of different things you can add, and we will give you information on that as well. All right, so that's the boot camp. It starts on November 2nd. Let's see. Where's the questionnaire? I still don't know what the questionnaire is. This is Linda. I don't know what the questionnaire is. Michigan Notary listening in. Okay, welcome, Michigan. I'm telling you, 313 all the way. I have family in Michigan, by the way, in Detroit. Let's see. Who else is in here? Lexing. Oh, well, Mo is a vet in here almost. Like Mo has been doing it all. So Miranda might be over here just telling you, hey, you can do this. You should try this. She's going wherever the money is. So I mean, yes, she's gonna tell you things that she knows for a fact. She's tried it and she knows her stuff over there. And she's still trying to learn more because she's still trying to come and like, hey, Shika, I need more. The more you know, the more you realize you don't know. And it's kind of like an addiction. You're like, wait, what? You made how much doing what? No, I need to get on that. How do I sign up? Where is it? That person is Mo, okay? That person is Miranda. All right. Is there a certain place we have to buy stamps? Not really. You can buy stamps anywhere, really. For good quality stamps, though, I would say it's best to buy it from places like the NNA and things like that. Let's see. Carmelia says, made it back. My Wi-Fi was tripping. I'm sorry. Will you be teaching how to create websites and payments? Now, my partner might be able to help you with that. I know how to do basic websites, but we will be teaching you about setting up your website, like landing page sites, or easy, simple setup sites, but not technical, like, hey, I want a robot to run across the screen, like no. So my partner may be able to help you with that, but I know for certain my knowledge on websites is like, yeah. But I will teach you what I know, but he will be able to take you in depth, and that's something you can definitely ask, and you might have to branch out. I don't know how technical, how tech savvy you guys are, but he'll be able to help you with that and tell you what to do and where to go and things like that. Me, I'm only going to give you what I got. That's it. I can't give you any more, but I will give you enough to get you some jobs. Okay. I guarantee that part. I will give you enough knowledge that phone and your inbox and those text messages will definitely come in. So don't downplay what Shika knows. Shika knows enough to get that phone ring to get you some money. All right. So yes, that's that on that. Let's see. Detroit 313. I know, I'm telling you, my family is up there. They've been begging me to go to Detroit, but I'm just like, man, it's too cold. Like when they have winter, they have winter. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. It took me some time to adjust when I moved from South Florida to Northeast Florida, and I felt cold for the first time. I was like, what is this? But this is Florida. We're tropical. Like, no, why am I wearing boots? This is Florida. It's not like I crossed the state line. But then I understood that, hey, different folks. What do they say? Different strokes, different folks, whatever. I don't know, but I had to get used to it. Anyways, guys, any other questions? It's Friday. I love talking with you guys, but I have 1,150,000 things to do. So also, I'm prepping for the boot camp. The boot camp link is actually there, so you can do like what we call a pre-registration, where we do kind of like an intake to see where you are and see what you need. And then once we open it up, where we're actually going to collect payment, then the link will be there for that, where you can make your payment, things like that. But for right now, somebody's DUNS number came in today. Oh, I'm so guys, you guys are already making me proud. It made me cry. No, I'm not gonna cry. I'm just joking. But that's awesome, Eve. Awesome. Congratulations on your DUNS number. I told you guys, follow me. Follow what I tell you. It will work. If it don't work, let me know so I can go over there and find out how to make it work again. Just follow what I tell you. It will work. I did that live about 2 or 3 days ago, and I told you guys how to get that DUNS number quickly. If you do that whole free thing, 30, 45 days before you get that DUNS number. Follow what I told you in that video. You will get that DUNS number within 24 to 48 hours. So, Eve, please go back and finish up your application if you haven't already. You have until the 15th, all right? Blue says, may I ask if living is affordable and is it safe there for a mother as small? Yes, like in Jacksonville and Northeast Florida, yes. As long as you stay away from, like in Jacksonville, we have north side, east side, south side. I'm on the south side. Yeah, west side was okay. Yeah, we have west side too. I didn't say that. But west side is okay, but it's getting kind of North side is and then east side is no. Okay, so depending on what you want, the south side is where it's closer to the beach and stuff like that. That's where I am, and I have no trouble here. My kids go to good schools. Matter of fact, my son, that my 17-year-old, he's graduating from high school and college at the same time with his AA and his high school diploma, and in the spring coming up. And my daughter, she graduated early as well. They do awesome things. My son is also a part of the National Honor Society here in Jacksonville. So Northeast Florida, I should say, trust me, it is the place to raise your kids. You just have to know, stay away from the no-go zones. I think everywhere, I think every place has its no-go zones, okay? So I'm not in a no-go zone and I love where I live. Um, Blue Water says, where are you thinking about living? Okay, yeah, Corinne can answer that. She's up here in North Florida, Northeast Florida too. Linda says, Mo says, oh, okay. Mo, oh my goodness, Mo. I'm so sorry to hear about that 3 car accidents. Oh my goodness. Well, I thank God that you're alive and well. Oh my God. Jeez. Let's see. Kareem says, Jack scares me. LOL. St. Augustine is common. St. Augustine. Okay, let me tell you guys about when I went to St. Augustine before I go. I'm going to try to make it real quick, right? So I went to St. Augustine. For some reason, I felt like I was in a 1921 movie or something because it was so like, maybe because I'm originally like, first of all, guys, I was born in Jamaica, right? Raised in South Florida in Miami, right? Then moved here to Jacksonville. If you guys have been to any of those places, Jacksonville is a little like country calm, compared to those places. But St. Augustine, oh my God, they literally have a cannon there. They have like a cannon and a fort. And Corinne, I know the type of person you are if you live in St. Augustine. I literally even got lost in St. Augustine when I went down there to do to go to a assisted living facility for a client. It's about a 30, 45 minutes drive from Jacksonville here. So I drove down there and I was like, what in the world? Like, what? Do they know it's 2020? I mean, the buildings were old and stuff, but I think it's a historic, what do you call this? Historic place, something like, I don't know the word, but you guys know what I'm saying, right? If you don't, just say yes, you do. But it's like a historic district, so it's not really for me. I feel like I'm in an old 70s movie. What place is this? But they do have a lot of different things down there to do, probably more than we do here in Jacksonville. Oh, this thing can squeak. Eve says, I will keep you posted. Thank you. You're very welcome. And congratulations again on getting your duns. Go ahead and get that WOSB. Someone said they filled out a questionnaire for the boot camp. Oh, the questionnaire for the boot camp. I'll put a link below in the video. Yes, it's in the group on Facebook. Sorry, guys. And it's on my page, Sheikah Blessed on Facebook. That's the questionnaire. Sorry. I got you now, Linda. Got you. Okay. I will put the link. Blue Water says, yes, give thanks to Jesus. We thank God for your life. Amen. Amen. Yes, definitely. Yes, you guys are old school. Old school. Steve, you are Jamaican. Oh my God, Steve. Steve, I'm going to drive you crazy, Steve, because we are go-getters. We love to do the most. Probably too much sometimes. But anyhow, I'm going to stalk you. Let's see. Mo says, I think that... Oh, the link. I didn't do that. I did put the link. I'm like, what question here? But it's okay. Like I said, it's my team working with me and trying to keep me, up to date with all the stuff. Make sure my brain is running on all cylinders. Tanya says, thank you for the information. Absolutely. Linda says, okay. Yes, Steve, you're gonna realize I'm gonna be like, Steve, you could do better. Steve, you can do more. Steve, you can do, yes, because I know that these opportunities that we're being presented with, especially as notaries and notary signing agents, trust and believe me, they are like God's gift to me, especially, given my history and where I'm coming from to where I am now. It is like God's gift to me. Again, guys, if this is your first time tuning into my channel, hit that like, subscribe. If you're returning, welcome back. I'm about to get off though, because guys, you guys are spoiled. Like I need to go. You guys are spoiled. Mo, I will definitely check my email. She said, like, check your email. Check your email. I will definitely check my email. I'll make it my duty when I log off. Check my website. Look, I might even write my sticky note. Guys, don't judge me. Trust me. These things, don't judge me, okay? I use them because trust and believe me. This brain, there's a lot in there. So I have these sticky notes and I have a pen almost everywhere. And I write stuff down because, honey, when I get off of this and somebody talk about chicken and fries and something else, it's going to go all out the window. So you're active. Once you're active, wait about another day or two, and then go straight to certified.sba.gov and you're in the gate. Boom, do your certification. All right. Anyways, guys, it's always fun having you. I love chatting with you guys, but I do have to get back to, I have a little bit of work. I don't know how much I can get done, but I do have to go. But I will post the link. Actually, I have another live that's already on my schedule, but I will put more information and I will put the link for the boot camp, and also something else was somebody asked me for another link. What link did you guys ask me for? Oh, Jesus, Lord, this I didn't write it down. Oh my gosh. What was the other link, guys? If you remember, type it in the comments. Thank you so much, Nicole. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much. You guys have a lovely, fantastic, safe weekend. And I will see you guys again my next live video. And for now, I'm signing off. You guys have a cool weekend.